Hello guys, this is our video. That's my partner Angela from Wisconsin, and now I would like to ask you some questions.
Okay,
So I can start.
perfect.
Uh, how is your university?
Um, it's very big. There's a lot of students that live or go to the university, and it's very research based. A lot of the professors who teach there, actually, I think almost all of them um, do research primarily, and a lot of medical research happens at my university, and it's a great opportunity for the students to get involved in research and to further their education and their career. So, yeah.
Wow, that was a good answer. Where do the students live?
Well, it depends. When you're in your first year or your freshman year at UW Madison, a lot of times you live in the dorms, so they're like buildings with a lot of students living together, and usually you live with one other roommate, so you have one room with one other person, and then after your first year, normally you get an apartment with a couple other people, whatever friends you want. So, yeah, first year
Oh,
dorm, second year, third, fourth apartment.
okay. When you say freshman, it's like when you are rookie, when you are new on
Your
your college. Yeah, your first. Okay.
first,
And what is a student life generally like?
um, it's very, I don't know how to say it, but the students at
What you
UW,
can explain?
yeah, they, it's a very big party school, I would say, in the US. A lot of people go out on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes people even go out on Wednesday, where I don't, but some people have time too. So it's a very big party school. Um, and it's just a very fun loving student body, I would say. Um, and first of all, football games are like the biggest thing over there. It's like the whole streets on Saturdays when we have football games are just flooded with people wearing red and the colors of our school. So I'd say that's definitely a big part. But so the life of a student is a lot of times very social, but they like to say that at UW we work hard and play harder. So we really study really hard, and a lot of people are really hardworking academically. Um, but then we like to go out and have fun as well.
Well, this question is mine. Uh, that that that's before the pandemic, or you
Before the
know
yeah
that was before the pandemic. No, no, you
no
don't do that.
no right
No,
now
people
we
don't do
have
that right now.
no right now the bars are closed. We have to wear masks everywhere. We don't have classes in person. We have classes online. Um, so yeah, no, that was all before COVID. So I mean now it's COVID. That's not how it typically is, but before COVID, that's how life was.
Okay, that's clear.
Yeah.
Where do friends meet?
A lot of people meet at the what's called the Union. It's like a building where um, there are a bunch of tables where you can study, but also there are kind of little restaurants in the building as well where you can grab some food or some ice cream and just hang out with your friends, maybe some coffee. So those are really great places to meet. We have one in the middle of campus or the south part of campus, and we have another Union building on the lake. And a lot of people like to go over there and sit out on the lake, and that's really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next question that I will ask you is it's interesting. Uh, is your college expensive?
Um, I'd say so. Yeah. Um, a lot of it depends on where you live. Also, so I live in the state of Wisconsin. My family is from Wisconsin, so my parents live in Wisconsin. Um, so I get what's called in-state tuition, So the tuition or the price of the university is cheaper for me because I'm in that state. Whereas someone else, I have a friend who's from a different state called Illinois, and she's from Illinois, so she has to pay more to go to school in Wisconsin because she's farther away. I'm not sure why, but yeah, so the price can differentiate, but it is pretty expensive. Our government does provide scholarships and loans to students as well to give them a little financial help, but it's still pretty expensive, unfortunately.
Okay, that's great. And it is accessible to everyone?
I think that depends on how you look at it. It is a public school, so anyone can apply. But due to its high price, I feel like that deters some people from going right away instead of, maybe going to a community college or going to a technical college to get their general classes done with, and then going and spending maybe only 2 years at UW. So yeah, I guess it depends on how you look at it. It technically is available to everyone because it is a public school. Yeah.
What about if I'm average person
Mhm.
that wanna study in your college? I will be a freshman. Well, I don't have much money. You know.
Still, the thing is, anyone can go, anyone can apply and go to UW. It just depends on, if you don't have a lot of money, you can get the loans like I was talking about before, and the government can kind of help you out while you pay for school. They can help you pay for school, and then you pay them back later. So it is available to everyone because we have that resource.
Well, that's a good point.
Kind of a
What
hard.
is your what is your specialization?
My major, you would say in English.
Well, yes.
When you're talking about college, I just want, yeah, no. When you're talking about college, it's called a major. So I'm majoring in biology and Spanish.
Okay. Why do you study Spanish?
I'm studying Spanish because I originally wanted to go into the medical field, which is why I'm studying biology. And here in Wisconsin, we have a lot of Spanish-speaking patients or Spanish-speaking people in general. And in hospitals, there are a lot of patients that come in that only speak Spanish and they don't speak any English. And I wanted to I learned a couple words when I was a kid and started to study Spanish a little bit when I was little. And I really liked it, and I really wanted to keep doing it so I could be able to communicate with my future patients as a medical professional in the future. And now I think, hopefully, that I'm at that point. But now I just want to keep going and keep studying it and just get better and better as much as possible.
Well, this video will be in Proyecta, and I know that you already have a profession, right?
Yeah.
But I want to ask you this: what profession would you like to have?
Right now, currently, okay, I don't know how to say it. So, right now in the future, I want to be what's called a physician assistant. So it's kind of in between a nurse and a doctor. You have a little more authority than a nurse, but you don't have to go to school as long as you would to be a doctor. So it's kind of in between. You can kind of help with some surgeries, you can do some things, but you're not going to get the most fatal cases, I guess you could say. And I originally wanted to work in pediatrics, but now I work as an emergency medical technician. So I got exposed to emergency medicine, and I really like that. So right now I'm not exactly sure if I want to do emergency or pediatrics, but physician assistant is my goal.
Okay. These questions are about Colombia.
Okay.
You didn't meet Colombia yet, but you didn't visit.
Right.
Colombia yet, but
Yeah.
I want I want to ask you this. What ideas about my country do you have? What ideas about my country are most common among Americans?
Um, I'm not really sure. A lot of them, I think,
Be honest, be honest. I think that I know the answer.
I genuinely like don't have anything bad. I definitely think, and I've never been to Colombia, so I don't know, but my original thought or idea was that like family is very important in Colombia and in Latin America in general, whereas here, I mean, you turn 18 or you go off to college shortly after and you move out of your parents' house, whereas in Colombia and Latin America, I kind of assume that you're closer with your family and you do more as a family than we do now, than we do at this age in the US. Um, and I think along with that, I just think in the US, we stress ourselves out way too much compared to any other country. So, like, for example, we, you know, our classes and our jobs and the stuff that we're doing to kind of build our resume, you could say, kind of takes precedence. It takes priority over hanging out with friends or spending time with family. Like I would say, no, I can't go home and visit my family because I have a bunch of tests coming up and I need to study. Whereas I would assume, I don't know, but I would assume, or I had always thought that in Latin American countries or other countries in general, that family and friends and just like living life is more important than that. So that's my idea. I'm not sure how that is in real life, but
That's fine. That's fine. I think is correct. What representation of my country are there in film, mm, television, radio, movies? What do
um,
you think?
well, unfortunately, I think the representations in the media and in TV and movies and stuff isn't the most positive, not just of Colombia, but of a lot of other countries in Latin America and in other regions of the world. I don't think that that's the case in real life, but unfortunately, that's where, if you have like a spy movie or something, that's where like the drug lord is living, or like that's where, and it's I think a lot of times in movies, those kind of countries are where a lot of the crime happens or where the villains are. I don't like that representation at all. But unfortunately, that's what I think is the most prevalent. It is seen, though, as very kind of tropical and really nice weather and really pretty scenery. So I think those two things are what's most represented in movies and television and stuff, which, yeah, I don't know. I guess I answered the next question, kind of.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you can answer this question because, well, I don't know how to answer that question. Is talk about life in general in the specific region of each student in Colombia. For example, what you think about my region of Colombia, or about my, can say, city? I don't know, or things that you already know that I told you before.
Yeah, you tell me
Yeah,
before, but I knew it was on the
yeah.
coast. And then you did send me some pictures via WhatsApp um, of your city that looked really, really fun. It just looks really pretty and looks like there's a lot of stuff to do. And I just really would love to go there at some point.
That's
Yeah.
good. Maybe I don't know, 2 years
Yeah, no,
or
when COVID,
another, when you have a
yeah,
chance.
yeah, definitely. No, I really want to.
That's good.
Is that all?
Um, No. That's not all. Uh,
I think you might. I think
like
it's me about
four question more.
what?
Mm, four question more. Um, how's the weather?
Um. Well, it changes a lot. Wait, you mean in Columbia or in Wisconsin?
Well, this question is not in a specific, but you can talk about both of them.
Okay.
You can
Oh,
you
I
for
tell you.
example, you can say how is your weather on your country, and then what you think about the weather of Colombia. And
Or
I
I can
think that
talk about Wisconsin and you
okay,
can tell me about Columbia.
no, that what you imagine about the weather of Colombia. And what about how is your weather on your or your country?
Okay. So in the U.S., well, there are a bunch of different regions in the U.S. that have a bunch of different weather. So like Florida is down south; it's really hot and humid, and California is pretty warm, but it can vary depending on if you're north and south. But in Wisconsin, it's I think a good balance of all four seasons. Our summers can get pretty warm, not super crazy hot, but maybe around like between I'd say 75 and 90 degrees during the summer. But the winters are really, really, really cold. It snows a lot here, and it gets really cold. Last year um, we had to shut down classes for a day because it was too dangerous for students to walk outside to go to class because it was too cold. Um, so yeah, in Wisconsin we have great weather. The winters can get kind of cold, but that's about it.
What do you think about the weather of Colombia?
Um, I would imagine it to be very warm and very sunny. Um, for the most part, yeah, I would, because it's on the coast, right? In your
Yes. Well,
or it's near.
my city is on the coast, but most of the weather of Colombia is between hot and warm. You
Okay,
know,
yeah, okay.
uh,
Even in the winter.
uh, there are not winter here. There
Sounds
is not winter here. Sorry,
good.
it's
Yeah,
just sun.
very warm. Oh man,
Every day is sun.
that's awesome.
Uh, in almost every city of Colombia is like that. But Colombia, well, Cartagena is hotter than almost another countries.
Hmm.
Uh, what what do you young people do for fun?
Um,
First, tell me of your country, and then what you imagine that
okay,
what people do. What do people fun on
yeah,
my country?
okay. Well, here I mentioned before the football games are a huge thing. Going to the Union or going and getting food somewhere at a restaurant or something. A lot of time when you're 21, you can go to the bars. Um, a lot of times here, not just football games, but basketball games and hockey games we really like to watch. That's just a very social thing that we do. There's also we have this one place on campus. It's one street called State Street, and there's a bunch of little shops and restaurants and food trucks and stuff. And a lot of times there's the farmers market in the summer before COVID that we can go to, and they have fresh produce and different art and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot to do in Madison.
Okay.
I imagine.
What do you like? Huh?
Nope.
Oh, well. Talk about my country.
No, I
What
just
do you
imagine
think?
like the beach is a big part in Cartagena. Um, and probably a similar thing. I don't know, like going out and getting food and just hanging out. I don't know. Am I wrong? Or what do you guys?
No, you're not wrong. You are
Okay.
not wrong. uh, What do you like to? What do you like about your region?
I really like the weather. Besides the little part in like January, February that's really cold, I really like the weather because you get all four seasons, I'd say. Like right now it's fall and the leaves are starting to change color and it's starting to cool down a little bit, but it's not crazy cold. The summers are really nice. So I really like the weather. I think one thing that I really like a lot are the lakes. There are a lot of lakes in Wisconsin, and I just like being by the water. And there's so many things that you can do on the lakes. You can go kayaking or paddleboarding or swimming, going to the beach. I like the geography and the weather a lot.
Okay. This question is rude, I think, because, well, for me, it has not much sense on this activity, but uh, that's that here. uh, what you don't like?
What do
I
I
mean, I think about your region.
I think a huge part of our culture here in Wisconsin is drinking. A lot of times, I think people, especially people my age, have the idea that you can't have fun unless you drink alcohol. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, yeah, every once in a while it's fun to go out to the bars and stuff, but I don't think it's necessary to like have fun with your friends. You don't have to be drunk to like have fun. So that's something like the culture that I really don't like. But yeah, I mean, it's a really great place to live. And you can definitely find people who are of the same mindset as you if you don't like to drink or whatever. There's a variety, but a lot of times people, I mean, for football games, for example, a lot of people get up at 8 a.m. in the morning and start drinking that early on a Saturday, which is, I don't know. I mean, it's a fun culture, but sometimes it's too much. I don't, sometimes it's a little alcoholic, if I'm being honest.
I think the same until the I think the same.
I like a good,
Well,
but it's a good place to live overall.
okay. Well, uh, that's all.
Okay.
I got no more questions.
Okay. Sounds
Uh, thanks for all. I will stop to recording.
okay.
Say goodbye.
Bye.